안녕하세요. 책 읽는 고양이입니다. Chapter 1, Part 2 시작하겠습니다. I was afraid she would escape as she is very quick. During the time, Tara was struggling to regain control of her body. Panicked by the realization that she couldn't, she turned on her grandmother. You lied to me! You've been lying ever since I was little, but I have too. I didn't use my power unconsciously. I've been using it for a long time, and I know what we are. We aren't like other people. We're different. We're spellbinders. Her grandmother may have been surprised to learn that her granddaughter was aware of her gifts. But Isabella's conversation left Tara as astonished. Score 0-0. Tara swallowed hard. We're spellers? She stammered. No, we are spellbinders. In the old language, people who can bind spells. Non-spellbinders or non-spells, as we call them, must been heard about people who cast spells and call them sorcerers or wizards, instead of using the right terminology. In short, will you promise not to run away? If I free you from the focus, I won't run away if you swear to tell me the whole truth, answered Tara, determined to learn as much as she could. Her grandmother stiffened. I can't tell you the whole truth, so I refuse to swear, but I can reveal some details that concern you. Take it or leave it. That's non-negotiable. Tara understood that her stiff-necked grandmother was in no mood to argue, so she wisely decided to satisfy with what she had to tell her, at least for the time being. I will run away. Please free me from this focus thing. Magnus was about to obey when Isabella stopped him. Wait! The cook stopped and watched her carefully. To her granddaughter, Isabella said, Tara Telanhamnem, let's see what you can do. Close your eyes and visualize a net with a tortoise mesh around you. Tara obeyed. She closed her eyes and startled. In her mind, she could see herself wrapped in a blue net that kept her from moving. She opened her eyes and was surprised that it had disappeared. She closed them and it reappeared. But suddenly she knew exactly what she had to do, as a voice had whispered in her ear. She took a deep breath and imagined the net disappearing, but this time for real. A loud snap startled her, and she was once again free to move. When Tara opened her eyes, she noted that Magnus was staring at her in amazement, and her grandmother in satisfaction. You didn't even resist the spell. Your gift is extremely powerful for your age. What a waste, but promise is promise. And I can't break this one even I'm dying to. That's one of my questions, Grandma. We're just spellbound things, but why and how? We have gifts, and you spoke about portal guardians, emanations, fervence, and the council. And what's this promise about? Oh my, Isabella, said Isabella with a groan. I didn't realize you heard so much. I would have to explain thousands of years of history to you, and you're only 12. There are lots of things that you wouldn't be able to understand. Not because you aren't intelligent, she added when Tara was about to protest, but because you're still too young. I'm very sorry, and what I'm about to do now is for your own good. Before Tara could react, Isabella waved her hand as she was wiping a blackboard and said, "By meters your memories I now erase, and leave pleasant musing in their peace." The amnesia spell hit the girl and she totaled. About to fall, Magnus caught her just in time. Isabella leaned back against the sofa, suddenly looking very weary. And she straightened and said, "Magnus, ask Dara to put her to bed. Agnega's big spell should keep her from remembering what happened. I will straighten up the library. Lady, you are exhausted. You work too hard. This child is very intelligent. If you follow her to her pace, it will be easier, both for you and her." Isabella gave a small, sad smile. "I don't have any choice, Magnus. I promised her father that Tara would lead as quiet and human life as possible. By protecting her as I do, I'm sheltering her. But you will not be able to hide her for very long, my lady. Her gift is extremely powerful. I've known very few spellbinders who are able to free themselves that quickly from one of my focuses, especially without any training. Her gift is instinctive. I know that's what I wanted to test, and I was surprised as you were. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Give her to Daria. When she wakes up tomorrow morning, her life will go on as usual." Isabella waved, and the bookcase fastened itself to the wall. She waved again, and the books sturdily headed to the responsive section. "No, not there!" she exclaimed irritably. "The books at the B only go to B, and the cookbooks on the C, please. Come on, hurry!" Seized by panic, the B and section colored, and the few books lost pages in accident. Then now, row returned to its power place with the orphan pages flew around the room like white birds as each tried to find its book. A few tried to enter the locked section, but after being practically devoured by an especially aggressive encyclopedia, they realized they better now not hang around, and they flew toward the B and C section. Isabella rolled her eyes and gorged, "By the Madras! You would think these books would have at least some intelligence." Finally, every book was back in place, leaving no sign of the catastrophe. "Go on now," she said to Magnus. "Very well, my lady." Magnus felt Isabella was being quite optimistic, but he chose not to argue. The cook saw how Tara had freed herself, and it was obvious that she had instinctively used the vow to protect herself as she was falling. It wouldn't be possible to control her much longer.